Oh, YouTube, look what I came home to. New rims. Got to put them 28s on the tractor, dog. So that's going to be our project tonight, because as you can see, or maybe you can't, it's kind of drizzly, it's kind of raining out here, everything's wet and soggy, and there's some good footage. It's kind of wet out here, so we're going to find something inside to do. So we're gonna drag these things down to the barn and spoon on some new tires. I've already done this once, but I ordered the wrong size rims. So these are 9-inch rims, 9 inches wide, and 28-inch diameter. The ones that I bought were 11-inch rims because I've got 12.5-inch tires. So I figured 12.5-inch tires on an 11-inch rim would fit to perfection. Well, guess what? 12.5-inch tires are almost 3 inches too narrow for an 11-inch rim. So if you know anybody in the Central Texas area that needs a new set of these 6-loop 11 by 28-inch rims, I'll show you those in a bit. If you know anybody in the Central Texas area, I will deliver them for $200. I know that that's about half the price of a new set of these rims delivered. So if you know anybody in the market, post it in the comments section, and I will, like I said, I will deliver them, because it was going to cost me $200 to ship them back. So that's not going to happen. So my loss is their gain. So YouTube, we got our rims loaded up in the back of the truck. We're gonna head down to the barn. Tonight I have an assistant with me. Say hi, Quinn.
Hi.
And we're gonna drive you guys down to the barn. You know the saying, the grass is always greener on the other side until you see your neighbor's water bill. Well, I'm gonna show you guys something tonight. I know for a fact that my neighbor did not water any more than I did, yet his bluebonnets are so much more impressive than ours. I am totes jelly of his bluebonnies. So I'm gonna take you guys up to the front real quick and show off his bluebonnets versus mine and how pathetic ours are. Okay, so I don't know if you can see this, but my neighbor's bluebonnets over there look like a sea of blue. He just has hundreds of thousands of them. Whereas our bluebonnets are pretty measly and pathetic. What a disappointment. Methinks he cheated. So we've got some bluebonnets, but they are just not as impressive as his. Now, last year our Indian paintbrushes were far more impressive than his, and we had some other wildflowers that he was not lucky enough to get. He got sunflowers and bluebonnets, and that's it. Whereas we had, you know, a dozen different varieties out here. So we're hoping that improves this year and changes us. Get some really nice flowers. So here we are at the barn. Let's get these things unloaded and we'll get some tires mounted. Before it gets too dark, I'm going to show you guys what these tires are going on and what they're replacing. Now that rim I'm going to give back to a gentleman who gave it to me. It was just not a very good rim. So we're gonna give that one back. It's rusted out. Just not a good rim, and I wanted a matching set. So this here, of course you can see, missing the rims, missing the tires, is my 1956 Massey Ferguson. It's actually a Massey Harris. Oh, we have helper number 2 coming to visit us. It's actually a Massey Harris. You can see on the VIN plate here, if it'll focus, yep, MH50. That designates that it's a Massey Harris. So I'm gonna go over everything that we've done from front to back. We have Flushed the radiator, replaced both radiator hoses. We cleaned the air filter. We have greased all the grease fittings. We have rebuilt the distributor, new rotor, new cap, new points, new wires. We have rewired the starter. We've rewired the coil. We've replaced the fuel filter. We have drained and cleaned and acid washed the inside of the fuel tank. We put a new battery on it. We put a new starter solenoid on it. We have drained all the oil out and washed the entire bottom end with diesel. We have also drained all of the transmission fluid. It looked like creamy coffee. It was just nasty. Just caramel milk is what came out of that thing. It was sludge and boogers, and so I popped off the PTO plate, popped off the transmission plate on the other side, the dipstick side, and flushed this thing out again with diesel. Probably ran 5 gallons of diesel through the transmission and the engine. Topped it off with new oil, new filter on the engine. The transmission does not have a filter. The next few years they added a filter screen, but this one doesn't have it. Replaced my little boots here to prevent water from getting in, rainwater. This thing sat out in a field for 15 years or better. Replaced my starter switch. Rewired the ignition, rewired everything except for the headlights, basically, which were just not that important at the time. Rebuilt the carburetor. The carburetor caught on fire whenever I re-stabbed the distributor. I think I stabbed the distributor 180 degrees off, which meant that it fired on a compression stroke. Fuel had flooded the carburetor, caught the whole thing on fire. So had to rebuild the carburetor after I had already rebuilt the carburetor. Cleaned out air intake, replaced air intake boots, rewired the generator. Rewired the neutral safety switch, and I know how you guys love cold start videos, so let's see if this thing will actually crank over in a relatively short amount of time. Holden, go ahead and sit on that seat there, bud. We're in neutral. You didn't change gears on me, did you? Yeah, you did. All right, we're in neutral here. All right, ignition is on. We're gonna put that throttle about halfway down. We don't want it all the way. All right, so let's crank this bad boy up and see what sort of action we get. Do we want to choke it? Let's give it a choke. Let's turn the choke off. Let's turn the fuel on. That's fine.
I'll do it. I've done it before.
All right, take 2. With the fuel on.
Okay.
Like I said, you guys, I know how much you love these cold start videos, so a little bit of throttle, give it a little bit of choke. Oh, we've already got headlights on, or a headlight on. All right. There's a little bit of power. Turn the choke off. Running a little tractor for 62 years old. The hydraulic do work. The PTO also works. Oh, we ran out of fuel before it started spinning, but that's okay. Go ahead and stick that back down in neutral. All right, let's turn. No, don't hang on it like that. All right, guys, so we're gonna go put some tires on some rims, and hopefully we'll have a running tractor by this evening. All right, guys, we're gonna go into the rat room. We call it the rat room because that's where we usually kill rats. Or at least we've killed the most rats. No wild game tonight, so no rats in here. Of course, their water dish is, well, it's still got some rat poison water in it. So these are the tires that we're gonna spoon on tonight. Hold on, bud. And these are the rims that I was telling you guys about. These are 11 inches wide, 11 inches across here, and 28-inch diameter. Again, this one has had a tire mounted on it. I mounted the tire on it for all of 30 minutes and then realized that it was about that much too wide. So, ordered the 9-inch rims. Again, if you know anybody that needs a set of 11 by 28-inch rims in the Central Texas area, I will deliver them myself for $200 because I am not paying to ship these things back. So, let's get the tires out of here and we'll get them mounted up. Hop out, bud.
Like out of the barn?
We're gonna roll them right out there into the opening. Watch out. Move. Move. No. I don't want you moving it because you can't. Very heavy.
It's a split
All right.
tire right now.
All right, you can go ahead and pause that. So YouTube, I've gone ahead and mounted both of these tires on the rims. As you can tell, there's a little bit of a gap here, and it is just not seating a bead. Really started concerning me because this is what happened on the last rims. Of course, they were 2 inches wider, and the bead just will not seat on these things, no matter how much I smash that tire down, no matter how long I keep that air nozzle on there. So I called my tire guy, aka my stepdad, and he told me that he works for a heavy equipment company, and he tells me that they've got his tire guy has a special tool. This happens all the time apparently on these tractor tires, where they'll mount the tire and it doesn't fill up the rim. So he's got a really cool tool that he's gonna stick on it and blow these things up with air. Of course, this project, like anything else out here, never goes according to plan. So I'm gonna throw these in the back of the truck. I'm gonna drop them off tomorrow at my stepdad, and he's gonna go ahead and get these things popped on there for me. So sorry I couldn't give you a better update, YouTube, but we're gonna get these tires on and we're gonna get them mounted on that tractor the way they're supposed to. Hopefully in a hurry, because I got a lot of work that tractor needs to do. Thanks.